Hi, everybody. So I know it's been a while. I have not posted. I think I did one post at the beginning of this week, and I'm not gonna lie, I hit my wall. So it's been recovery and lots of doctor's appointments and just a lot. I'm sure you all have had your own struggles this week, and my prayer is that today would be a refreshing day for you guys. We are to our 4th Sunday of Lent. Only 3 more to go, and I guess 2 more if you just want to count Res Sunday as like 2 more till Res Sunday. But anyway, at today's sermon, I took some notes today in my church notes notebook. Something that I found is someone who has limited energy ability, aka spoons, is to have different templates and things to fill out. I know this is backwards on here. I'll try and put up like a picture for you guys while I talk about this, but I like having different templates to fill out because it kind of helps through brain fog and stuff, helps me focus like what things I might want to pick out to have some thoughts through there through the sermon to help me stay focused. And I thought I'd share a few notes today from today's sermon that really struck me and hit me with some of the things that we've been discussing. So I thought I'd share them with you. I thought he comes up with like a mashup word. This is Stephen Furtick is the pastor that we're hearing from today. And he's definitely by far one of my favorites. And he talks about being anxiety. And it's a mashup of anxious and excited. That feeling of, you lost your job and new doors are starting to open. Like this is like a life pivot. And I was even thinking about, getting a diagnosis is kind of like that. It's like, I guess you're not necessarily excited in like a positive way, but it's like, or I guess, yeah, like you are a little excited, but you're also anxious about it because it's just like, I have a diagnosis, I have a heading, we could potentially, get through this or whatever, you get, some information, but you're like, what do I do with it now? What does life look like? What does this new chapter look like? And he's taking all of this whole sermon is based out of Genesis 45 and 46, those 2 chapters, and talking about Jacob getting the news that Joseph is alive. And not only alive, but has sent all these wagons with supplies and enough for everybody to get on and be brought to Egypt. And that is just, and what Pastor Furtick talks about is that the thought of we can because we are carried. Those wagons were sent by God to carry Jacob to where he needed to go. And there's so many other good nuggets in there, and I'm not even like scratching the surface. And then another one that really struck me was maybe God's failures are foundations, and that's failures with quotations around them, because our God never fails us. And knowing that he never fails us, it gives hope, and it gives us a chance to have a different perspective. And I like Stephen Furtick's perspective switch there, of switching it from being failures to new foundations for a new life, a different kind of life, a different way of living, a different way of seeing things. And I think we can really take that to heart. So today I'm opening up with a little bit of a medley of an old hymn and new song, or slightly new old song, called, so the hymn is I Have Decided, so I have decided to follow Jesus, and then it's mixed with Jesus Paid It All. I think it's a really good one. I hope you guys enjoy. That's our opener for today, and then we're going into the sermon, and then we follow up with Hills and Valleys, and then Good Morning Mercy. So I hope you enjoy those. I may sneak in one more video or one more song in there. I just haven't decided yet. I guess you will know what I decide once you tune in today by the time I posted this. Because there's another song that Elevation does, and it's God has never failed me yet. I know that's one of the songs, like, you've not failed me yet. And the yet isn't like yet, like you're gonna, like, yet it's like never, never have you failed me. Never, never have you, and you never ever will. So yeah, but I haven't decided. I may put that in there just for fun. Anyway, I hope this encourages you and reminds you that God is not failing you. He's just probably pivoting a little bit. And if you turn to him in these moments with your anger, with your frustration, with your confusion, with your anxiety, with your fear, with your hopelessness, the depression, he will give you something beautiful. And if you are looking for a new journal to write in, I will put a link in bio in the description for this. And then this little pin holder is really nice to have, especially when going like to and from church or anything like that, or even just when I'm journaling in my house, just so I don't have to go searching, because you finally get yourself all situated and cozy, and then you're like, I still don't have my pen. I thought it was here, but it's not. But if it's attached to your book, it is perfect. So I really like it. It's just, oops, sorry, I just did that off camera. So simply pull it out and then you push it back in. And of course, it's hard to, there you go. So that's all there is to that. And then, one more thing that he brings up in the sermon is worshiping through your circumstance. And I think that can be really difficult sometimes. I know there was definitely a phase for me where worship was just hard. Not only was it hard because my body reacts to certain kinds of worship music. I'm sure you guys have already picked up. I pick a lot more slower music. And it's not because I have anything against faster music. It's just they get me triggered, and then my tremors get going crazy, and it becomes not worshipful. It becomes anxiety inducing. So that's part of the reason why I pick slower songs, more acoustic pieces. I also find them to be more meditative as well. But yeah, I love a good praise song too. Just like hyping up, like raising the roof for Jesus. Yeah, that really shows how old I am. But anyway, but if you are looking for something to guide you through some worship through those tough times, I would highly recommend this book by Joni, Eareckson, Tada, and it is called Songs of Suffering, and it goes through 25 hymns and devotionals for the weary soul. And I know it seems like I'm keep on promoting her stuff. She just has put out so many wonderful things that are more than just a biography of what it's like to have a disability, but actually like moving through the disability and giving you real tools to help you grow in your faith as you struggle with your disability or chronic illness. And because she's lived it, she knows what it's like. And the really cool thing is, in each once you have your devotional, I should probably start off. So each one she goes through all the lyrics, which is nice. You have just like a lyric page, and then she goes, you have the devotional. I never knew how hard this was to do this in reverse for people. And then, let's see here. And then she gives you the hymn music. And if you get the audiobook to go with this, she actually sings the hymn with you. So that's pretty cool. Or you can YouTube it always. But I found them to be really good. And some of the ones, like, I don't remember which one it was, but one of the ones she talks about how she was at a friend's house or sang with a friend, and her friend was her caregiver for that time. And it was in the middle of the night, and she really needed to get turned over in the middle of the night. You know, the way that you do, or maybe you also struggle. Maybe you also have to have somebody ask somebody for help to help you flip over. But her friend had accidentally only turned on the baby monitor in Johnny's room, but not in the friend's room that she was sleeping in. So she didn't hear Joni calling out to flip her in the middle of the night. And so Joni was in a lot of pain, and there was nothing she could do for it to make it better. So she, prayed during that time, and a psalm came to her mind, and then that psalm prompted a worship song, and that's how she made it through the night. And that was just really a challenge for her. but it was something that she, I think by the end of it, she was like, ended up being a precious time of worship with her and God, and he gave her the strength to get through the night, and that was really wonderful. So, and the friend felt, of course, awful, the next morning, and just was so, what is the word I want to look for? I don't know, looking for forgiveness. And Joni was able to give it to her because she had spent that time in worship, instead of just letting her anger and frustration and pain override it all for her. And I think that's beautiful. And she has tons of little stories like that in here. And she just walks you through what it is to worship through pain. And I think that's really beautiful. So anyway, without further ado, a little bit longer intro than normal, but I've missed you guys. And so I hope to be more consistently posting next week. I'm thinking if I'm going to keep up posting after this whole Lent series, it'll probably go down to like once every other week or something like that. Just energy wise and focus wise. I need more downtime between posts and just all that it entails. So we're all learning together and being gentle with ourselves, having grace with us and with others. And Lord, help us to continue to grow in you and in your grace and your truth, and that we would lean into your rest, and that, like Steve Furtick points out, is that we jump on one of your wagons and just let you carry us to where we need to be, and that we learn to walk in the name that you've given us and not in the false identity we've built up in our fleshly limitations. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen.